Good morning, good morning. So glad to have you here. I am Starr with 2 R's, and this is Starr Spiritual Sunday. I am an ordained minister. I've been seeing clients for 10 years. I'm the founder of Radical Revelations, Portland Lunch Meetup, and Starr Spiritual Sunday. And it is my honor to get to hold this space with you over the next hour and offer some practical spiritual tips and resources to support you in your life, in your relationships. I want you to trust yourself. I want you to listen to your body and your intuition and only take the parts that are for you today. Because I'm going to say a lot of things, but it might not all be yours. Because I don't want to be your guru. I just want to share with you stories and tips and resources from my own life and my own spiritual journey to help support yours. But I know that Source lives as you too. And so always trust that feeling within inside you that knows what's for you and what's not. And the reason that I say rebels and visionaries is because that is how I identify as a rebel and a visionary, someone that is not willing to just take everything at face value and pushes up against those systems and beliefs that aren't really serving us. And a visionary as far as really being on the leading edge as to where we're headed in consciousness and in form. Because if you think about it, for hundreds of thousands of years, our ancestors believed that God or the divine or whatever this greater power that humans have always really felt a connection to was everywhere, was in everything, was in the very soil that they walked upon, was in every aspect, was in the wind, was in nature, was in themselves. And so for the last 10,000 years, there has been a battle over what is good and what is bad, what is right and what is wrong. And underneath it is this belief, well, good is where God is and bad is where God is not. And so I'm here to say that the divine is everything. And that by taking the divine and putting it on a pedestal, it's like we're saying that the flower is the divine, but the soil is not. And so one of the biggest things that I teach and one of the biggest things that has shifted my life is letting go of this ultimate judgment of what's right and what's wrong. And moving from judgment into curiosity. Claire also says, I feel and experience God's spirit in everything. Nature especially is where I see, feel, connect. But it is everywhere. Life is happening for us, not to us. Oh, I couldn't agree more. I love that. And so I want to get into my recommendations to make sure to give you some great tips that you can use the ideas that we talked about today and apply them to your own life. And then my homework for you is to have fun discovering more about what your genius zone is. Really get that investigative hat on, that researcher hat on, and start asking yourself questions like, what does light me up? What do I completely lose myself in? So once again, I thank you so much for being here today. I look forward to getting to support you every Sunday as we explore ways, practical tips for you rebels and visionaries out there who might not fit into the box of normal spirituality and yet still want to know how you can connect more with the divine and express more of your true self in the world.